Alright, so basically what I want to try doing is create that like snapping thing that you got. Um, Essentially like rebuilding something, kind of like in, I guess, Legos. When you hold E, the objects go from one point and they move and rotate to go into their proper position. So we'll go ahead and do that. So blueprint class, actor, we'll do like repair, BP, open that up. So in this case, okay, it depends on if we want to make it dynamic or not. If it's dynamic where you implement your own mesh, it splits it apart, scatters it, and then when you press a button or overlap it, it starts kind of repairing. You know, like the example, throwing the wood boards up on the window, kind of thing. That's the example I'll use, but it won't be dynamic in the sense. You won't be able to implement your own mesh. It'll be like one blueprint does this, one blueprint does this. Unfortunately, I just don't have the time to do something like that. But the bright side is I'll do a window frame rather than like a doorway or you know, the windowed wall. So you know, you can utilize these frames to put in your house, and then when you go up to them and interact with them, the boards will start kind of going up from the floor. Okay, so we want static mesh, and this will be wood. And I am just going to use a cube. If you have a wooden mesh, I'd recommend that. Gosh, 2. Okay, so we'll have one piece kind of going across it. Let me turn off that. Control W. Wood 2. I'm just gonna keep that parent of the window. It's not going to be a parent of the wood. Let me do that again. Control C, Control V instead. There, so now and we'll stop at 3. And let me bring this guy out into the level here, so you can kind of see what it looks like. So that's kind of what it looks like right there, all put together. And this is another tutorial that I'm kind of working on here. But that'll be at a later date. So yeah, so now we've got the basic setup going. This is kind of the end result that we want, but we want it to be, like I said, dynamic. So what we can do is on construction script. And you know what? I am gonna okay. No, you know what? I'm not going to do that. Just be parent it with the window. We'll get the location of all these. And we could put these in an array, but there's not going to be that many, so we'll do individual variables. Front variable would with one location. With two location. Okay. So right off the bat, we'll be getting the location, and that is getting this location. And actually, you know what? I think I want to do transform instead, because the transform will get the rotation as well. So get world transform. That's what I want. And then we'll promote these. To variables. There. Okay. So now we've got the transform of all of them. Right on event beacon play. And you know what? I'm actually going to do this just to make things cleaner. Set start variables. And then we'll just go ahead and call that. I like doing it this way. Makes it a little bit cleaner. Okay, so now that we have these variables set, now what we need to do is scatter the wood blocks kind of in front of the window. So we'll type in scatter. Let's try it with one of them first. Viewport, so wood one. So the rotation we want along the Y, 90. Split. We'll keep the X and the Z rotation on that. Split. We'll keep the X and the Y rotation on that. And we'll keep the scale the same too. So let's see what that does. Basically what we're doing is moving it down. And actually, let's do 10. Oh, you know what? It might be above it. Where are you going? Okay, so what we'll do instead of this, put it in the construction script. Interesting. So it's not saving. It's not saving the scale? Huh. Alright, well that's fine. Let's move on and we'll work on that part afterwards. Okay, and so we'll do a method to trigger it. So we'll just kind of do a box here. And then we'll do overlap, other actor, cast to third person character. And let's add an event. And we'll call this repair. And then we'll just do once just in case. And call that repair. Okay. So right over here we want to no, I'm going to do set timer by function name. Call this repair. I'll do 0.5 looping. Okay. So now we want to. I'm calling scatter after that. Yep. Okay. Yeah, okay. And then we'll lerp, we'll vector lerp. Let's see what's going on there. Oh, there's no alpha. No, there's no alpha, so it's just gonna stay. That's my bad. I guess instead of doing this, that timeline. An update, we'll call that. Add a flip track. 2 values. First one 0 to 0. Second one 1 to oh well, it depends on how long you want it to be. 1 to 1. We'll do it for 1 second to start. Autoplay loop. Then that will go there. And you know what? I'm gonna Do that again. Play from start. We would turn off autoplay. And then we're just going to call that so it's not trying to tick the entire time. Right. So let's try it. Okay. So it went back over there, but the rotation is wrong. And that's because we rotated it. So we have to set world rotation of the wood to our initial rotation. And actually, can I do a lerp rotator? I can. Look at that. The B is this. Okay, world rotation is that. Let's try it. Look at that. It works. So now I'm going to set this to 5 seconds, so it's a little bit longer. I'll set our 1 there. Time to 5. Try it again. There we go. Delete, delete. Okay. Organize this a little bit. Okay, there's our lerps. Repair. Okay, so that right now there is nothing that's super specific. So except these. So this is where it comes in handy doing an array, because then you can do multiples. But I mean, quite literally, you can just copy these. You could do when finished. If you want, if you want actually one after another, this would be cool. Select on, what is it, switch on it? Yeah, okay. Let's get rid of the default pin, because I hate them. Okay. So update on 0 would do that, right? And we'll promote you to a variable part. So we'll call that. And then on finished, we'll do wood part, oops, plus 1. And then let's move all this stuff out of the way. And then we'll call repair again. Alright, so basically what's happening is when one part's 0, it'll call the first one. When the timeline is finished, it'll add 1 to wood part and then call repair again. And actually what I want to do here is branch true as long as wood part is not is less than or equal to 2, then you can do this. Because we only have 3 inputs. So right here would be your max input that's here. If that makes sense. Alright, so move you guys over. And the only difference is over here, we're going to be doing the same thing. But instead of these, we're going to be doing this. This will be what 2. I hope this makes sense. I mean, this is pretty easy, and this is kind of the lazy way of doing it. There are much better ways. Oh, well, I guess this is this is more work, but I don't know. A simple way of doing it, I suppose. Okay, so 1. And now we have to grab our wood 2. Will you work? Okay, and this needs to be changed as well. Okay. We're doing that just from the switch on end over to here. We want to get out with 3, control drag, and then get out with 3 here, split, control drag, get those to hook up. Alright, let's try this out. Let's get rid of that branch. Okay, so is the finished not getting called? Is that what's going on here? Let's see if the finish is getting called. Okay, the finish is not getting called. That happens, and that's because it's on loop. That's why it's not getting called. So let me put, actually, you know what? I'm just gonna see if I can just undo this. Okay, and now we open it up. Loop is off. Let's try it again. Loop was off, but it wasn't off. sometimes this doesn't work, so I might have to okay, so instead of that, we will simply call this at the end of each one. And actually, it's gonna tick it a bunch of times, isn't it? Because it's going through this sequence. So when this ends, I hate it when the finish doesn't work. Is repair being called? Too soon. I don't think this is going to work, but let's find out. Okay, so the finish is not being called for some reason. Oh. Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I was waiting too long. That's what it is. So 5. I'll do. Oops. So we'll do 2. Let's see what this does. Okay, that's fine. So now we can go ahead and bring this guy back over here. I just set the timeline too long, that's all it was. Okay, what am I missing here? Oh! I forgot to hook up the alphas. Oh, me. Come on now. I'm better than that. And there we go. We have our repairing window. Not too bad. I mean, it would have been better inside of an array, like I said before, but this works, I suppose. I mean, you can array the objects themselves, and then also relay their array, excuse me, their initial locations. So the start variables. You can array these ones and array these ones, you know, 2 separate ones. And then you could just, for each inside this array, so every piece of wood, the array element, you want to get the transform of it, and then set it to a different transform variable. So set each array element from here inside of a transform array variable. But yeah, so that's pretty much it right there. That's the most basic with getting kind of the same idea as you want, and it's performance friendly too, because we're using a timeline. We're not using event tick or anything like that, because event tick is really uses a lot. It's hard on your system there. So if you want to shorten it, you could just bam. We'll set this to 0.5 if you want it to be quicker, you know. Something like that. But yeah, thanks for watching. I know this video kind of went long. I know. I'm sorry. I was just interested, and I thought it'd be kind of cool to watch me go through my process of, you know, figuring stuff out. This can be cleaned up quite a bit, I'm sure of it, but you know, for just coming together right here, it's really not that bad. So yeah, thanks for watching.